One time I went to this girl from school's house to have a sleepover. Let's call her Kate. Kate was a bitch to me in school, but I knew she had a rich family, a big house, and hot brother, so when I heard she was throwing a sleepover I obviously changed religion to be invited. Kate would always fart on my face when it was nap time, but I tried to get on her good side so she could invite me to her sleepover, but really I was just planning on revenge for giving me pink eye. My parents dropped me off at the front door, and let me tell you, this house was bigger than my will to live. I confidently strutted up the driveway and knocked on the door with my rock hard ass cheeks, and Kate's brother answered the door. He said, "Oh hi, you must be Testicle," and I said, "It's Tessica, but nice to see you," and he showed me to Kate's room. We walked past Kate's parents and they waved hi at me, but I gave them the finger and Kat walked up the stairs. We walked through several hallways and he said, "We're almost at Kate's room," but I said, "Wait the fuck there. Where is the bathroom, because I need to violently shit." He bit his lip and pointed towards the bathroom. Obviously I didn't need to go shit on the toilet because I was wearing my diaper, but I wanted to snoop around their bathroom. I looked in the cabinet above the sink and found an ointment called Cooch Rash Be Gone, and it had a label with Kate's name on it. So I put it in my pocket and followed her brother to her room. We arrived at Kate's room and her room itself was bigger than my whole house. I confidently strutted inside and walked past Kate as she got up to greet me. Then I sat in the circle and said, "Where's my sleeping bag?" She gave me a sleeping bag and I put it aside and we all sat in the circle playing truth or dare. It was my turn to ask someone a question, so I said, "Truth or dare, Kate?" and she said, "Truth." I said, "How itchy is your cooch?" and she bit her lip and nervously moaned and said, "Next question." The other girls looked confused and Kate ended the game and said, "It's time to sleep." The girls started saying they weren't tired yet and Kate started screaming and beating her chest saying, "We all have to get up early for school tomorrow." I got in my sleeping bag and said, "This sleeping bag is itchier than Kate's cooch," and all the girls started laughing and slapping their knees. Kate rapidly got out of her bed and said, "What do you know about my cooch?" And I got out the Cooch Rash Be Gone ointment and squirted it in her face. She fell to the floor and started humping it, then she wiped all the cooch cream off her face and shoved it in her pants. We all started recording as Kate was flopping around in her cooch ointment while making tribal noises. She got back up after a good 20 minutes of hump flopping and ran downstairs sobbing, saying she's gonna tell her parents on me. All the girls in her room looked at me and I blew them a kiss, then walked to Kate's brother's room and made out with him. I uploaded the video of Kate to Instagram and she's now dropped out of school, and I heard her family is losing their home due to bankruptcy. Karma's a bitch, ha 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 ha.